guys, today I'm filming my next update in my Partners in Cream Project Pan collab. This is created by Steph, Lyons, and DaLin. I will have their channels linked down below. There is a playlist for this collab and a Google spreadsheet with everybody's Instagram and YouTube handle. I believe there are over 70 participants, which is amazing. I will have all that information down below as well as the rules for this project. Basically, it is a rolling project pan that is going to be taking place all year, working on 3 to 6 products. And if you guys haven't seen my personal playlist, I will link it for you guys because I'm doing my project differently. I'm not trying to hit pan or use anything up. I'm just trying to use all the cream products in my collection a certain number of times. I do have a pretty big cream product collection, and I felt this was going to be the best use of my time and be able to work well with my other project pans and my Shop My Stash videos. So the first video in my Partners in Cream collab playlist is my cream product collection. Now I've gotten a few more things since then, but that does give you a good gist of all of the cream products that I own. Before we get into the products, I wanted to say that my husband and I did just move, which is really exciting. So we were living in an apartment and we now moved to a house that we own in DC, which is super exciting. We've been just trying to get everything settled for the past 5 days and it has been a mess. We're still not done, but this is the first video I filmed in our new house. So I'm filming in our office space. We don't have curtains for this room yet because there's not a curtain rod. We need to get blinds, which means we need to buy a drill. So we're still getting things together. So that's why I'm filming this video at night. It's 9 p.m. so I can use my lighting here, but the wall is a little bit of like a light gray color, so I'm hoping that helps my videos because it's not stark white, you know, like my skin. And I'm wanting to maybe get a backdrop, to get a ring light for sure. I think my husband might get me that for my birthday, which is in August, so that will be exciting. So I'm wanting to change the space, so please bear with me for the next couple of weeks while I'm trying to get this house in order and get this filming together. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right in to the product. So I've actually been working on several things. This past month, I tested out 7 products, and like everybody else with the coronavirus going on, my project pans have greatly been affected, but I did go in for my rotation at the shelter this past month. So that really helped me hit my goal on a lot of these products, which was amazing. So starting with my 2 cheek products, the first is this deluxe sample of the Benefit Do the Hoola Liquid Bronzer. My goal was to use this 5 times. I ended up using this 7 times. I really enjoy this. This is a warm tone bronzer, so you do need to be a little careful. It can look a little orangey, but I feel like once I blend it out and I set my face, I think it looks great. I don't really like cream bronzers very much, but liquid bronzers I think are much better. They're easier for me to apply and blend out. So I was putting this on the back of my hand and I was applying it with the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush, and then I went on top with a damp beauty sponge to just help blend the edges. You can go right in with a beauty sponge. I did do that and it worked for me as well. It just kind of was based on what I was feeling in the moment, but I am happy I surpassed my goal on this product. I might try to use this up completely next year, but I will be hanging on to this. I did really enjoy it. Next would be the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush and a Coral Cloud, which is such a beautiful coral blush. This is my favorite cream blush formula. It's cream to powder. My goal was to use this 3 times. I did use it 3 times. Absolutely love this. It was a joy to use it. Next, I had some liquid shadows. The first is a mini Stila Glitter and Glow, and this is in the shade Follow the Sun. I think I was not able to swatch the products last month, so let me do that today. So this is a nice like white gold, but this one is pretty sheer, and most of my Stila Glitter and Glows that I've tried before have been pretty opaque, so I was surprised by that. So my goal was to use this one 2 times. I did use it twice, but honestly, I didn't love it. I felt like I had to wait for it to dry and then apply a second layer. I didn't think it looked like a pretty sheer topper, and then also it wasn't opaque enough for me. It did kind of patch off on itself. So I'm gonna try this a few more times, but this is something I might end up getting rid of just because I wasn't happy with the way that this was applying on my eye. but this was a limited edition shade in Follow the Sun. This came in a 3-pack that you can still find at TJ Maxx, but I did hit my goal. And the other shade was from Pixi. It is their Liquid Fairy Light in Passion Light. My goal was to use this twice, and I did use it twice. And I think that Pixi has a fantastic formula. Theirs are typically a little bit more sheer than the Stila, but it's even. They don't apply patchy. This one, because it is like a richer shade, actually does have a decent amount of base pigment to it, and then it does have some really pretty white gold glitters in it. Really happy with this formula and that shade, so I definitely will be keeping that one. Next, I have this J-Cat Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse in the shade Orange You Happy, which is such a pretty color. Tons of people have raved about these shadows. They are a very interesting moussey texture, super pigmented. Like, the pigmentation is insane. But unfortunately, this creased so terribly on me. I did wear this twice, so I actually was able to try out different eye primers with it to see if that would make a difference. It didn't. My eyes are just too hooded for this, and I wouldn't want to set it because I think it's so beautiful on its own. It's so metallic, it's really pigmented, so it's possible if you set it with a powder shadow that you won't have that bad of creasing. But there are other cream shadows that I am able to just wear over a primer and it's good to go. So I had a goal of using this twice. I did use it twice, but unfortunately I will be passing this one on just because of how badly it creased on me, which is a shame because I think these are amazing. So if you don't have hooded eyes, or if you don't have a huge issue with creasing, I would recommend these. They're easy to work with. I was able to apply it with a brush and with my finger. Really liked it, but it just creased too badly on me. Next, I have this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Three's a Cloud. It's an ultra metallic finish. This was not something I had used before, but this is also super pigmented. Bam! My goal was to use this twice. I did use it twice, and I loved it because it's so metallic. It's super brightening on the eye. It looked gorgeous. I definitely am going to be keeping this shadow in my collection, and I'm so happy to get some more use out of it. I'm looking forward to using it even more. This is something that I would use in the summer or in the fall time. Then we had ColourPop Super Shock Shadow and Banana Daiquiri. My goal was to use this only once, and I did use it once. Ideally, I like to use everything twice, but because this was a blue and I knew I'm wearing makeup less, I'm trying to wear different makeup in videos, I wanted to be realistic, and my goal was just to use it once, and I did reach my goal. I think I wore it in a video. So here's what this looks like. It's a beautiful shade. Unfortunately, mine is starting to dry out, but when you have a ColourPop Super Shocks that dries out, it's still pretty easy to apply with a sponge tip applicator to the lid. So I'm gonna keep this and use it that way. It's just such a gorgeous blue. I can't get rid of it right now. However, I do have a lot of blue pressed single shadows in my collection that I don't need all of them. So I will take that into account, and I eventually need to like test all of them and declutter a few. So that might go eventually, but it's gonna stay for now. Sorry, I'm trying to wipe off my hand as we go. And then the last product was the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shade Lucky. My goal was to use this 3 times. I ended up using it 5 times, so I did surpass my goal. And I think that the Urban Decay liners are so awesome because they're very pigmented, they're super smooth. These are very easy to apply on the upper lash line on top of shadow, unless you have one of the shades that has glitter in it. Back in the day, I used up Whiskey and Bourbon. Whiskey is a cream finish like this, but Bourbon had glitter in it, and it was very hard to get it to apply opaque because the glitter just kept picking up the shadow and it would coat the liner in shadow, but not with the more metallic one. So I love that this is more of like a coppery bronze color. I like that it has more of like a brown base with copper reflex because it's darker. I love my Maybelline Striking Copper, but that one is lighter and brighter, and I was tempted to keep the both of them, but this one does run really badly on me, unfortunately. I have very watery eyes, and I have very oily under eyes, and unfortunately the Urban Decay liners just don't last on me. And as much as I want to keep this, I have something similar that works better for me, so I will be letting this one go. So I feel like I was just kind of all over the place, so let me give you a quick recap. I did hit my goal on everything. I did surpass my goal on the Benefit liquid bronzer and the Urban Decay liner. Out of all of these products, I am going to be keeping 5 and decluttering 2. I'm gonna declutter the Urban Decay liner and the J Cat shadow. I might end up getting rid of Banana Daiquiri and Stila Follow the Sun in the future, but I need to test both of these out more and see. But I am super happy that I hit my goal on everything. So now moving into the products for next month, I'm gonna be even more realistic with my goals because I know I'm not going to work this next month. My rotation is every month and a half. It's my turn to go into the shelter for 2 weeks. And again, I'm wanting to wear different makeup in videos. I have a lot of summer makeup I want to get use out of. So I don't know if I'm going to hit my goal on everything. I might not, but I want to be realistic but then also challenge myself a bit. So with that being said, we've got one face product. This is the e.l.f. Aqua line of their cream blush and bronzer in the shade Bronzed Peach. And this one is pretty dark for me, but I want to try it out and see because this is a really cool cream to powder formula. So here they are swatched. Super intense. So I'm excited, but also scared, but it looks super smooth on the skin, and the bronzer is also a little bit orangey. Anyway, my goal is to use the bronzer 3 times and the blush twice. If I use it more, great, but I think that will be enough times for me to decide if this is a formula I like well enough or a shade that I think works well enough for me. I don't really mind cheek products that are a little bit too intense, especially not for blush, but bronzer I do have to be careful with. So we will see, but the formula seems really nice, and next month I'll let you know what brushes I think will be best. So next we have my eye products, and the first is a Maybelline color tattoo in the shade Bold Gold. I love my color tattoos. I think they're so amazing. They're very nostalgic for me, but I do prefer cream shadow sticks now. So I'm gonna be testing out all of the pots in particular and deciding if I like the colors enough to hang on to them. I do have 2 other gold bases in my collection, so I'm gonna be testing them head to head to see if I wanna keep all of them. All of them are different, but because I'm using them as a base, I don't know if it's necessary for me to keep all 3 of them. I am really rambling today, I apologize, but my goal is gonna be to use this one 2 times. And right there is a swatch of Bold Gold. I'll show you all the swatches up close at the end. Next, I have a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This one is in the shade Snakebite. It's an ultra metallic finish. This is a really pretty golden bronze with a bit of copper reflect to it. Ultra metallic finishes are my absolute favorite, and that shade is so stunning. It's right there. Such a summer staple, and I want to get some good use out of it. So if I didn't say already, my goal is to use this one twice. Next, I have one liquid shadow. This is a Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Sunset Fire. This is in the same trio as the Follow the Sun shade. And this is another really pretty orangey gold color. So there it is next to that ColourPop Snakebite. It kind of looks like Three's a Cloud. Really pretty, so I'm excited to try this one out. My goal is going to be to use this one twice. Then I have this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy, which is a bit more of a white gold, so it'll be a little bit different compared to the other things I'm going to be using this month. So that swatch is right there. And my goal is going to be to use this one 2 times. Lastly, I have 2 pencil liners. The first is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Crossed, which is a neon yellow. I bought this one because of a picture Jay Kissa posted on her Instagram, and it looked like a neon pastel. It just looks pretty neon in person, if you can see that right there. My goal is going to be to use this one twice as well. And my last item is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner in the shade Vivid, which is this really bright purple. If I like this formula, I might pick up a few more shades. I don't have anything like this. Super pretty and very smooth. My goal is going to be to use this one twice as well. So those are my products and my goals. I'm gonna run over them again pretty quickly. For the e.l.f. Duo, I want to use the blush twice and the bronzer 3 times. For the Maybelline Color Tattoo, I want to use it twice. ColourPop Snakebite 2 times. The Stila Glitter and Glow 2 times. Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner twice. And then for both of my liners, 2 times each. Again, I know that's not a very challenging goal, but I want to be realistic with how much I think I'm gonna be wearing makeup this month. So here are the swatches up close. This is the Urban Decay liner, the Stila Liquid Shadow, Pixi Liquid Shadow, J-Cat Eye Mousse, ColourPop Freeze a Cloud, and ColourPop Banana Daiquiri. So those are all of my eye products from June. Then for everything from July, this is ColourPop Crossed, LA Girl Vivid. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow, ColourPop Snakebite, can't see it too well, Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Glitter Liner. This is Maybelline Bold Gold Color Tattoo, and the e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Bronzed Peach Blush and Bronzer Duo. So that would be my Partners in Cream update. I would love to know if you guys are doing this project as well. How are you guys doing your project? Are you hitting pan, using up, using products a certain number of times? How's it going? What do you think of cream products? How many do you have in your collection? Let's just talk in the comments. I would love to talk makeup with you guys.